and welcome back to Cheap and Green.
Today I wanted to talk about microbeads. They've been in the news a whole lot and they've been already banned in California. This past week they were classified as a toxic substance by Environment Canada, and that means they can be controlled and eventually phased out. Microbeads are tiny little pieces of plastic that are put in facial cleansers, hand soaps, a lot of different sort of body care products. They're meant as exfoliants, and really I think the name microbead is a bit of a misnomer. It makes it sound like it's manufactured and it's all very tidy and neat, but really it's just chopped up tiny little pieces of plastic. These little pieces of plastic have actually lots of sharp edges. So when we're using them as an exfoliant, what they're really doing is they're actually just scratching our skin over and over again. It may not be beneficial to do that, and there's lots of other ways to get that sort of exfoliating experience without actually using plastic. On ingredient labels, what you're going to be looking for is something that says propylene. It's really hard to spot. I mean, this is just tiny printing. But propylene is basically nylon rope, the same things that you would tie a tarp down with. That's what they're chopping up, and they're putting in your lotions and your creams and toothpaste even. So what's the big deal? I mean, okay, so fine, you don't mind washing your hands or your face with little pieces of plastic. Why should you care? Why is this such a big deal that it's being classified as toxic? Well, here's why. These little pieces of plastic float, which means they cannot be removed by our sewage treatment, so they end up in waterways. They go down the rivers and into the lakes, and they end up in the oceans, and fish can't filter them either. So fish end up ingesting these, and guess what? We ingest the fish. So they eat plastic and they get sick. We eat them, and guess what? We're probably going to get sick too. Many manufacturers have already voluntarily agreed to remove microbeads from their products. I know Bath & Body Works is already trying to move them out of their products. So it could be just a matter of researching whether the stuff that you use regularly contains them and whether there's a substitute. And consider contacting the manufacturer and asking them to take action and remove this toxic substance from your product line. If you already own products that contain microbeads, there's really only one way to dispose of them properly so they don't end up getting into the waterways. And this is what you do. You just take it, put it into a Ziploc bag, seal it up tight, and put this in your garbage. It can't be recycled, and every time you use it, you're contributing to more microbeads in the environment. So thanks for joining me for Cheap and Green today, and I hope this was helpful and will help you make some informed choices when it comes to microbeads that everybody's talking about, but not everybody knows what it is. And if you're enjoying the show, then please subscribe, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.